Welcome back to the Cedar podcast. This is the quote unquote true first episode. Last episode was just a test. It was a teaser, I guess, the channel trailer, just to give you an idea of what to expect in the future. So, the first episode is going to be about the pandemic. So, I'm going to title it The Pandemic and You. We're going to be talking about a lot of things, such as life before the pandemic itself. What to do during the pandemic, when will it be over, and so on. So, I just want to remind you, please stay safe out there. Don't be ignorant, don't be negligent, don't go out unless it's necessary, okay? This is just, we can call this the COVID-19 disclaimer. So, life before the pandemic. Life, for me, was pretty good before the pandemic started. I'm going to tell you a story, I'm going to tell you a story right now about my experiences before and after the pandemic started. So, I was pursuing a master's degree right before the pandemic hit, and I've completed all of my courses in September of 2019. I went back home to Lebanon, and 1 month later, the 2019-2020 Lebanon protests started. Now, I'm not going to go into detail on that because I'm just going to save that for another episode. So already, not even 2 months have passed since I finished my courses, since I came back to my country, the economy is already going downhill. And 2 months later, I went to my graduation. I attended my graduation in January 2020. The exact date was January 22. On that day, there were less than 2,000 cases of COVID in China. So it hasn't started spreading worldwide yet. So in a way, that makes me the luckiest and the unluckiest person. Luckiest person because I just, got my degree. I received my degree. And unluckiest because it happened at the worst time, because what do you do after you get a degree? You try to find a job. And right now, the job market it's horrible. It's terrible. So that, in a way, really affected 2020. That made 2020 my worst year by far in all of my 26 years of living. 2020 has got to be the most disappointing year. So the pandemic, it started spreading worldwide around, I would say March, April, maybe February even, I don't know. I'm going to say one of those 3 months. So it changed the world. People started working from home. You all know this. I'm just going to refresh your memory. I mean, I shouldn't have to do that, but I mean, it did change the world drastically. People's lifestyles got reversed. We used to go to work in the morning, come back home in the afternoon, but nowadays, in the evening, but nowadays people have flexible work schedules and so on. People are working remotely. Some people aren't even working. Some people got laid off of their jobs. How it changed my life and my family's life, I mean, it became much worse, especially with the economic crisis that's going on right now and the currency valuation fluctuating over time. So it is just a basket of chaos, basically. So, but we have to remember that we could get through this. That's the thing. Some people right now are going through depression. They have low self-esteem. They're sad because they can't find a job. I haven't been able to find a job in the last year. I've gotten some interviews here and there, but overall, I haven't been lucky. People are finding jobs, though. It's just a matter of persistence. It's a matter of perseverance. You shouldn't give up. You should never give up, because if you give up, it shows that you're weak. You should not give up. And you should keep going and striving to try and do whatever it is you're doing. For example, if you decided to start a YouTube channel like I am, you have to start from somewhere. So you keep persisting. You have to have determination. You need to have sheer will. That will help you. Because if you just sit there and do nothing, you're not going to be handed a miracle on a silver platter. You have to do something. So if you're watching this, if you're listening to this right now, I want you to think about something that you can do that would increase your productivity level. If you're just sitting there, watching movies, watching TV shows, playing games, not even doing anything productive. I mean, even if you send out 3 job applications a day, it's better than nothing. So at least do something productive. I try to aim for a minimum of 2 to 3 hours a day of productivity, going up to maybe 5 hours. I think 5 hours is good enough. And I'm not just talking about job hunting. And I'm also talking about, maybe you have that closet in your room that needs to be cleaned out. Maybe your room is a mess. Could do with a makeover or something. I don't know. Just do something that, matters. And, this brings me into the next point on what to do during the pandemic. There are a lot of things you can do. Like I said, job hunting is one of them if you want to boost your experience level. Because right now it's a good time for job hunting because you can work remotely. So if you hate going to the office, you can just work remotely. You can work at your home, from the comfort of your home. You can have flexible work schedules. I know a lot of companies right now, they're accommodating their employees with that. They can work whenever they want to. You can also work on developing yourself. Personal development is something very crucial. So you can work on strengthening some skills such as organization. Organization skills are probably one of the best skills out there, one of the best transferable skills. If you don't know what a transferable skill is, basically it's a skill that you can transfer from one field to another. So you can use organization pretty much anywhere. You can use it in business, you can use it in the medicine industry, you can use it in the construction industry, and so on. Organization is just a good thing to have. You can also work on time management. A lot of people struggle with time management because they don't do something simple such as carrying a diary or using the calendar app on your smartphones. So just these small things, you can go watch some videos on it on LinkedIn Learning, for example, Google, YouTube. There are a lot of courses out there, free courses. There are free articles you can read on how to improve. So just work on yourself. Maybe work on your mental health, your mental status, especially if you're going through a tough time. For example, let's say right now one of your family members passed away because of COVID. So how do you cope with it? Well, you don't just let the sadness eat at you. You try to cope with it. You try to do something about it. So if you just sit there and let depression take you over, it's not going to help you. It's going to make things worse. So you have to get up and do something. Right now, if you're sitting and listening to this, or if you know someone who is going through exactly what I just said, I want you to get up and do something about it. Maybe you can go talk to that person. Or if it's you, maybe you can go, go take a walk and reflect. Just do something. Because if you don't do something, that should be life's motto. In a way, that should be life's motto. Just do something. That's why Nike has a good slogan. Just do it. Just do it. Okay? And this is not a sponsorship or anything. This is not a sponsorship. Just do something with your time, okay? Try to be productive. So you can start something. A blog. If you like to write, you can start a blog. You can start a YouTube channel like I am right now. I'm trying to maintain this YouTube channel. And I'm not saying, go out there and upload two videos every day. Work in your comfort zone. Don't try to go. You can go out of your comfort zone, but when you're starting something, you should, take it step by step. Everybody starts small. You should not start big right at the beginning. You should start small. For example, job hunting, you're not going to be the CEO as you're, right out of college. You're going to start with some internships, maybe be a trainee, an apprenticeship here and there. And then you're going to start getting entry-level positions, mid-level positions, and so on. So, what can we talk about after that? Well, we can talk about when, we can have some speculation right now. When will COVID-19 be over? because COVID-19 has really affected people's lives in a way that I've never seen before. For example, previous pandemics, such as swine flu, for example, it didn't really put people on edge that much. Now I'm talking, now maybe these are smaller scale, maybe because COVID-19 can be transferred from, literally anywhere. It's easy to transfer it. So when will COVID-19 be over? Well, right now, honestly, I'm reading a lot of articles. I'm looking at some photos on Instagram. For example, right now we just had the New Year. People had New Year parties all over the world. I saw a photo where, there were 20 people in that photo. They were having fun. They were partying. Good for them, but none of them were wearing masks. And that's not a smart decision. I mean, I would have at least expected one of them to be wearing a mask, but nobody was wearing a mask. Zero people in that photo were wearing a mask. Why? We should take things more seriously. That's the thing with some people. They don't take things seriously. They think it's a joke. They think that they're underestimating COVID. They're spitting in COVID's face. And that's... and then 3 days later, the cases increased by a lot. So, for example, here in Lebanon, I think we had 3,000 cases a day. And by the way, if you feel that I said something wrong, just let me know, because I'm not perfect. I'm not going to have all the answers. Okay, so if I do say something wrong, or if I say something incorrectly, like an incorrect statistic or a fact, just let me know. Okay, I would really appreciate that. And then in the next videos, in the next couple of videos, in all of my videos from there on out, I'll try to not give any more false information. So yes, as I was saying, in Lebanon we had, I think, 3,000 cases daily, and then it increased to 4,000 cases daily, and I think that's because of those New Year parties. So, simple things such as telling your friends, "Hey, let's go out and have a New Year celebration. Let's go celebrate the New Year with your friends, my friends. Let's go have fun." But I mean, that day of fun, that night of fun, do you really want to risk that for getting the virus? Do you want to risk it? It's a big risk. It's a big risk. I mean, if you're going to go out, at least wear the mask. At least wear the mask. At least take some precautions. But the people in that photo, and I'm not saying that everyone's like that, but I'm just talking to you on what I saw. People in that photo were having fun, celebrating the New Year, and none of them were wearing masks. I mean, why? Why wouldn't they do that? It doesn't even take that long to put the mask on. It takes like 2 seconds. So, speculation and vaccination. Well, for now, I don't really have any idea on when COVID is going to end. Cases are still rising. Okay, there is a vaccine out there, but cases are still rising. Maybe it's going to continue rising for maybe the next 6 months. We don't know. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I can't really give a conclusive answer on that, but we can just speculate, okay? There are people who are anti-vaxxers. They don't like the idea of the vaccination. I mean, to each their own. But there is a vaccine out there. You can do some research on it. I'm not going to talk about it a lot here. And I think that's going to wrap up the first episode. Again, this is all a work in progress. I'm trying to improve. I'm trying to do my best on making these episodes for you. I'm trying to make them as professional as possible. I want you to enjoy the content. I want you to enjoy listening. In a way, you can call this entertainment. In a way, you can call it informative, inspirational. That's my goal. So to try and bring some motivation, some inspiration to you. For example, when I told you to start something, I really mean it. If you're just sitting there, you don't have a job, you're trying to find a job, just doing job applications might not be enough. Maybe it's time to take another avenue. Start doing some other things. Everyone has untapped potential, right? Everyone has things that they never knew they could do. So what you have to do is try to find something that you never knew you had it in you all along. Okay, so that's something you should try to do. So that's pretty much the takeaway from this episode, is to actually do something, because the pandemic, it's making people's lives very bad. Okay, so what can you do? You can, for example, if you're living with your family right now, you can, I don't know, all of you, you can start a YouTube channel. One of you will focus on, gaming videos. One of you will focus on business videos. One of you is an educational channel. One of them is a beauty channel. Just do something. And believe me, even if you fail, at least you can rest assured that you at least tried. You tried to do something, which is better than not doing anything. But anyways, guys, this episode did go on for quite some time. It's the first episode. I want to try and make it a bit longer. Now, there are podcasts out there that go on for hours, an hour, 2 hours. So for the time being, we're just going to stick to 10 to 15 minute videos, but right now it's, I think, 16 minutes or 17 minutes. But that's fine. It's okay. So please, this is another reminder to stay safe out there. Okay, don't be negligent with your life. Don't throw your life away, because it is a big risk right now. Cases are rising. Also check the statistics for where you are currently situated. For example, in Lebanon, cases are rising. But maybe in, the state of Pennsylvania, maybe cases are not rising. So just check, okay? But if they are rising, try not to go out unless absolutely necessary. If you have to go out for groceries, order them. Order the groceries. Don't even go out. Take some precautions. But anyways, guys, this has been the first episode of the Cedar podcast. I will see you in the next episode, so stay tuned for more. Thank you, and see you later. Bye-bye.